Ladies and gentlemen, Xabi-ball is officially cooking in this tournament. Real Madrid absolutely obliterate RB Salzburg 3-0. We finished top of the group. Next stop, Juventus. But before we preview that clash, we got to break this performance down because this was elite. This gave me life. Vinny is dancing again. Fede Valverde is feasting. I mean, even Gonzalo Garcia, he's him. The kid is him. If you're new here, I'm JT Football. I'm covering everything Real Madrid, transfer news, match previews, match reactions like this, all of it. And if you made it this far, do me a favor, smash that like button and tell me in the comments who your man of the match was. All right, let's get into it. So the starting 11, let's just get this right out the way. Rodrigo didn't start again. And honestly, guys, it's not looking good for old boy. He didn't start against Pachuca. This was low-key a must-win match for us. And Xavi, you know, he wants to press, and I just don't think he sees Rodrigo putting in the work or being able to do that. And the situation is not looking good for him. I honestly think he's out, guys. I haven't seen anything that says this is health-related, no injuries or anything like that. So I don't know what's going on, but it's not looking good for him. Unfortunately for him, Fede's cooking, Arda's cooking, Trent on that right side, it's working. Like, we're not missing Rodrigo right now. So Rodrigo might have to earn his spot back. It's crazy to say, but he might have to do that. But let's get back to the starting 11. So we lined up in what's becoming the Xavi special, a 3-5-2 with Trent, Frank Garcia pushing high, back three, Rudiger, Tchouaméni, Huijsen. I'm loving that. I'm actually loving that. That looked so good in this game. And yes, Tchouaméni, he's a midfielder. I just love that he can be pushed back in that center back role. I know he hates it, but it's working for him. I mean, he's just playing like super deep. And honestly, he's looking more and more like the French Beckenbauer every match. He really is. Like, I don't know what else to say. The guy is just on a redemption arc. Xavi mentioned that he is the cornerstone of what his vision is. So Tchouaméni is doing the dirty work silently. And then the midfield, again, what we saw in the previous match, Jude, Fede, Arda, and then up top, Vinicius and Gonzalo. Clean, beautiful, dangerous football out of this. So from the first whistle, we were in total control. Salzburg tried to press us, but we sliced them up real quick. In the first big moment, we were getting some chances, and then things broke wide open. Jude pinged a beautiful ball through the middle, landed to Vinicius. He cooked a defender. He cooked two defenders, really. And just to have the awareness to pull this way and then bring the ball back across. It was like a crossover. And the execution of it, like to be able to execute that in the rain, right? Two defenders on you, full speed. That's the Vinny that we've missed. This wasn't the reckless Vinny who dribbles into triple coverage. This was world-class, composed, direct, and dare I say efficient. Even in the Pachuca match, like, he was playing smarter. Xavi is getting to him. Something's getting to him. And maybe it's because he took out those tight braids. That helped with his decision making. Those braids were tight, y'all. And just before the break, Arda was able to squeeze the ball through. Vinny reads it early, and he drags the defense with him. And then he stops the ball and does like a Guti-esque back heel pass, lays it off for Fede for an easy tap in. And it's 2-0, just like that. So Vinny cooks. Vinny with a goal and assist. Don't look now, but our Brazilian star boy is coming back. This is the Vinny that we need to be consistent. Fede cooked as usual. I mean, this guy, best midfielder in the world, is subjective. But Fede, there's nothing this guy can't do. He can play anywhere. He can do anything. This guy is going to be a club legend, one of the best players on our team for a while now. And you can just tell that he loves the game and he loves his club. What Xavi is doing with him tactically, like playing him right wing, tucking him in the midfield with pairing up with Arda and Trent, that is going to be crazy. Fede is cooking right now, guys. He's cooking. So look, in the second half, I'm not going to lie, we coasted a little bit. Now, I will say this, just based off of the training sessions that I've seen and the style of play that Xavi wants, these players are going to get tired faster. They're going to get fatigued. It was hot. It was raining, humidity, and he wants them to press the entire game. We're already up 2-0. So it's understandable. I think we're going to see throughout the season, like, players are just going to get fatigued just based off what Xavi wants them to do and be intense. Which, the silver lining is we'll see rotation. We didn't see that under Don Carlo. Rarely, if ever, rotated the squad, made subs very late. Xavi is showing that, he's paying attention to these players and wants to keep the intensity up throughout the match. And so he's making early subs. But that's just something to watch out for. It's early days, guys. Like, these guys are still training. And again, it's hot. This tournament is hot. So these guys are getting tired. So tired legs are to be expected now. I'm fine with the boys getting subbed off and kind of sitting back. We didn't allow any goals or anything like that. Now, with that being said, Salzburg did have some chances. Courtois wasn't too busy. Definitely wasn't as busy as he was against Pachuca. We played a clean game defensively. Salzburg had to push in the second half because they were down. And they knew what the situation was. So again, clean game. We only committed 4 fouls. Possession was good. And just when you thought we would settle for that 2-0 because we were coasting, Gonzalo Garcia was like, nah, bruh. Kept his composure, chipped the keeper like it was a Sunday stroll. Game set, Madrid. That simple. This was elite football, guys. Beautiful finish. The kid is him. He's making a case, guys. He really is. Like, I'm impressed. We definitely don't need to shop for a number 9. We are good. He reminds me of Higuain, like young Higuain, the Real Madrid days when him and Benzema were a pair. Must-win game. I don't care what anybody says. Like, we needed a statement win, and that was a statement win. We had to put people on notice. Salzburg, look, they had a good tournament. It was just unfortunate they were only able to eke out 4 points, and then they had to face us in a must-win game. So I want to do some player shout-outs. The other Garcia, Fran. I apologize. I said this kid wasn't a Real Madrid material. Xavi has this kid, he's unlocked him. I don't know what Carlo was doing. Maybe he was holding him back, but this Xavi system has him cooking. Like, he's been in the attack so much in this tournament. It's kind of crazy. He's turning into like a great two-way player in this system. I'm very impressed and happy to see this. Now, look, I will say this, and I've said this a couple times. The pressure is on him to prove that he belongs in this club, and he's getting all the minutes at left back. Like, he has to seize this moment. We're looking at Alvaro Carreras. I'm sure there was some pressure, like, all right, I got to step up. I got to prove my worth here. And honestly, like, I don't think we need to pursue Carreras anymore. I don't. Like, Fran is making a case. And then Trent, we already know his passing range is on a different planet. If you doubted the signing, you're probably silent now. The first 2 games, Trent was kind of he was floundering a little bit out there. I'll be honest. So he created 2 chances in this match, but Trent was playing good. Trent looked like what we signed him for. And we paid the extra 10 to have him here in this tournament, and it's paying off. So everybody's getting better. Xavi's been, implementing these tactics for like 2 weeks. And every game, we've seen improvement from every player, except for Asensio. I don't know what's going on with that, man. Other than that, everybody else has been cooking and improving. And then finally, Arda. He's not a right winger, guys. I've been saying this for a while. I don't know what Carlo was thinking. He's probably our most creative player. And in this game, everything was dictated through him. The outlet passes were everything went through him. Everybody got the ball to him. He was the most fouled player in this match. He can play that 8 or that 10. Keeping the tempo is something that everyone was begging for last year or last season. Everybody was like, we haven't replaced Toni Kroos. Well, I think Arda might do that. So my tactical takeaway is this. This team is morphing into something scary. We're putting y'all on notice. All you clubs, all you fans of other clubs that kind of been mocking us, laughing at us. Did y'all forget who we were? We keep improving every match. Xavi has only been managing us for a few weeks. We're getting better as the tournament progresses, and that's what you want. This 3-5-2 gives us width, structure, and options. Jude has freedom. He has freedom now. Vinny and Garcia, the link play between them is very nice. They look like they've been playing together for years. And we're still missing guys. You know, we're not at full strength right now. I'm not worried about anybody on our side of the bracket. The other side is a joke. Like, Man City are going to dog walk everybody over there. And we're either going to face Dortmund or Monterrey. So we're either going to face Jude's brother, or we're gonna face Sergio Ramos. And then if we link up with PSG, I think we can get it done. And what's really gonna be crazy is that if we do see PSG, Mbappe versus former club, you know, that just won the Champions League, is gonna break the internet. That's gonna be crazy. I actually kind of want to see that. I do want to see that. Like, bring on PSG. I want to see that. So that's the recap. Madrid, we handled business. You know, again, must-win game. Maybe technically it wasn't, but we needed to show out, and we did. We got the job done. But anyways, let me know who impressed you the most in this match. Drop it in the comments. I'll be reading all of them. And don't forget to hit that like button, please. Do your boy a favor if you made it this far. That means you liked it. Hopefully that you liked this video. And if you're feeling really froggy, go ahead and hit that sub button too. All right, guys, that's it. Hala Madrid, always. Peace.